Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all. We got lights leading us out.
Yeah, I'll get them here in just a second.
Hey, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am not in active chat right now, so just give me a second, y'all. Today, today didn't necessarily go over as planned, y'all. I mean, we got the priorities taken care of today, but Steph is not as organized as she planned to be by this time tonight. So hey, welcome in, y'all. How's it going? Let's see. Hi. Oh, good grief! I just went completely out of YouTube.
Yeah.
What am I doing? What am I doing? Trying to go to my channel, y'all. Welcome in, everybody. Why don't you tell me who's in chat? We'll welcome in that way until I get
Okay.
into active chat.
Mona's Senior Moments was first.
Welcome in, Mona.
Then Nicole.
Welcome in, Nicole.
Then Sarah.
Welcome in, Sarah.
And then Donna Lee.
Ooh, Donna Lee, girl. Woo, woo. Welcome in. Alrighty, I think I'm almost there. Yeah, I went completely out of it. Let's see. Should just no, it's not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to go in manually. Let's see. There we are. There's active chat. Y'all be sure that you are in all messages, not top chat. Otherwise, it's just delayed more than the um. Oh Lord, have mercy. Still can't form words again.
More than the lag.
More than a lag. You knew what I was talking about.
I did.
How is everybody, y'all? It's freezing there. I heard it was gonna get cold, dude.
Yeah.
51. Wow.
Yeah, hitting 32 tonight. 51 right now.
Wow. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta grab a drink. I totally just lost track of time. I sat in my easy chair when we got home and I got comfortable. I ain't never gonna lie. I'm just gonna own it.
Well, you know, we've been gone literally since we got moving this morning from the house.
Yeah, I didn't get a morning routine. I did my morning routine between the vehicle and outreach.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't get a morning routine because I was sitting in a...
Did you see what I did with my drink when we came in?
No, what would you drink?
Mountain Dew.
Oh, no. Did you bring it in?
I thought I did.
Oh,
do we got bottled water?
I do. I just have to go back to the room and get it.
All right. That'll work. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty, give me just a second, y'all. Good grief. I started organizing under my desk, and one of my fur babies decided to sneak into my side of the office via coming underneath the carry-o cabinet. Go figure. Go figure. Just telling me about
wrecked the whole thing. I walked out here last night.
Dude, he's got stuff that was up there tipped over on my desk.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is the first time I've been in the office today. All right, y'all, we are having a round top discussion.
Yeah, Nicole's in Florida on vacation. You picked the wrong week to go on vacation,
Nicole. You went the wrong week. But hey, it should still be better weather, right?
Donnelly said backyard trucker was here in Florida and said it's cold here too.
Andy was in Florida. Heck yeah. Let's end you with a Y there, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm kind of restless. I just got to own it. And, you know, when I took the hour or so to create the thumbnail, yeah, it took me a minute last night.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a quick little, we'll sit here, you work on a thumbnail, we kind of bring ourselves down to go to sleep, and next thing I know, it was 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, no. The clock showed 556 the last time I looked at it. And did. It's part of living with CPTSD. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so I had this whole thing that I could be Superwoman today, and I'd have notes, and we would talk about all that. We're going to talk about all that because I've got it on the laptop, y'all. So it's not going to be organized. And I apologize for that. Steph's been in survival mode for more than 4 weeks, and it's starting to really show.
Well, good aspect is this next week should start going back to normal.
In the aspect, at least, that we're not hanging out 24/7.
Yeah, I think you're getting tired of me.
Hey, baby girl vibes, welcome in. Steph is fashionably late because I looked at the time. I'm like, oh shoot, it's 7:58. He's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, we're totally gonna be late. So
and then you're like, hey, get on there and leave a message real quick in chat. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great, except for my phone's dead.
There's that aspect too. So in just a second, I'll get the laptop plugged in because, well, it needs to be.
Do you have enough plug over there?
Yeah, I do. Thank you, mister. So 2026 is here, y'all. 2025 went to bed. I mean, it might have tried to wake up during the night of the 2026. But yeah, we ignored it. we threw a deadbolt on 2025. Let's see. So definitely won't be covering everything I thought I'd be able to get covered in this particular round table event, y'all. But I figure, you know what? Let's just get there. One thing we're going to discuss is my monetization, y'all. We did monetize on the 31st as far as made it available for everybody and all that good stuff. So it's probably where I need to start. Just because, it was New Year's and we were partying like it was 1999. But all right, let's see. I need to figure out which tab I need to be in. So I've got that for my notes. I don't have them written down. And I'm old enough that I like to have written notes too, or at least printed ones. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. I'm so focused on trying to figure out which tab I need to be in. I just closed out half of them. It takes me a minute. Steph is not right, but she is okay. FYI. It's just part of working through real-time issues in real time. There's not an insta fix.
So, Sarah, if you're still here, what's up with the name change?
Oh, Sarah. Yeah, dude. Hey, we love
I figured that out because I clicked on it because it was a new name I'd never seen before. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know, Sarah, if you're still here. What's up with the name change? Because I've got my ideas of what direction, but I might be totally wrong. I might be in left field. All right. So I need YouTube. That's what I needed. Good grief, stuff. Hey, they're not still live, are they?
I didn't know.
Oh no, this one, when they closed out, it jumped to Giovanni's last team up one. So shoot, he's got watch hours for that one too. Let's hit the thumbs. Oh, hey, I did hit the thumbs up on that one. So is that you?
Yeah, it's my vape vibrating.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Do I need regular YouTube or do I need YouTube Studios? I need YouTube Studios. Okay. Let's close out of that one then. Let's see.
Hey,
Hey,
Jerry.
Jerry, welcome in. You know, we're gonna touch base on monetization, the memberships, super chats, all that good stuff, y'all. I'm still getting coordinated with that because my YouTube studios looks much different, obviously, since I'm monetized. Like this one brought up, of course, it's from YouTube, but it brings up join YouTube shopping research to share your feedback and get gift cards for your participation. Well, that's from YouTube itself, so I know it's legit, but you know, it's easy to get distracted because there's a lot of new features. So, and I just have it, y'all. It's not a cop out. I just have not at the time to get everything a well-oiled ship. I imagine that everybody, you know, has something in their journey, and this one's mine. So it is what it is. So, all right, I just got to figure out where I'm going because, yeah, I've only came in here a few times for the monetization one. All right, so that's where we're going to start. Recent activities. See all members. So let's start with our members, y'all, and then I'll get into the tab for the tiers and all that. I just, yeah. All right, so y'all, this is not chronologically in order. It's just I'm gonna go down the list the way they show. So currently, the Gross Bargain Emporium channel is sitting at 11 memberships. Those memberships vary. So we got Robert the Trucker. We got Local Reviewer 82. We've got Mona Did What. We've got Don's Channel. We got Relax with Melissa. That's Relax with Mel, or just Mel, y'all. That's how I know her is Mel. Then we got Ashley Reed. We got Mr. Steph. We've got Red Road Reseller. We've got Belt Loop 29. We've got Jason. That Jason is Crafty Witch 232 Jason, and then of course Crafty Witch 232, y'all. And these are all going, you know, from the day we monetized as far as for the features until as current as what, yesterday or so. All right, so let me get over. I wonder if I just go into regular YouTube if it'll show me. Mm-hmm. And yes, y'all, I know which channels to go to that have done how-to videos, and I most certainly will probably utilize those.
Sorry, we got to close
You're
the door.
fine. You're fine. I'm just, all right. So I can't find the studios. I know it's there. I cannot coordinate myself enough to find it. All right. So this is what membership tab looks
Lena.
like. Hey, Lena. Welcome in, girl.
Hey, Don, if, you know, because I wasn't here.
Oh, hey, Don. Yo, I wasn't looking at chat. I apologize.
And then Mona sent you a super chat.
Thank you, Mona. All right, y'all, before we get to the tiers, because I'm not quite there yet, let me circle back around for a minute. I think most everybody who I've been connected with since at least the start of this channel and that I've been a member of is aware that Steph typically keeps her cards off, which means that if I'm a member of yours, when it comes up for it to renew, I think YouTube does it twice at least, maybe 3 times before they pause the membership because of lack of payment. I need y'all to know I don't know how many people I have memberships through, have had memberships through for more than 6 months. Yes, at least half of them were more than a year. Y'all, those memberships will be re-upped. I know no one, I don't think, honestly, is worried that, my membership's paused with you. The point of this is, y'all, I need you to understand, please don't take it personal. I'm not picking and choosing who I'm paying memberships to. If I have the funds, I have the funds, and if I don't, I don't. So please just know it's nothing that you did or did not do, lack of why I just did not re-up. It's just a matter of
Pure economics right now.
pure economics right now. And
me not having a check for 8 to 9 weeks here is hurting.
Before
Hey, Ashley.
before we circle back around, hey Ashley, welcome in. Just to be a bit personal, y'all, you can't keep it strictly business when you pour your heart and soul into something, because you're putting all your personal into it. So it is what it is. So last night after our show, and we had a good turnout, so I'm not complaining. Please don't ever think that. I want to be as real as I can be, but stay as professional as we can be. So, Mr. looked at me, and this is after we chilled out. I did the thumbnail and all of that. He looks up from his chair, looks at me and says, Steph, we're going to be okay, right? Now, this is my rock asking me for reassurance. And I'm going to tell y'all what I told him. And it is what it is, y'all. If you've been a part of my channel for more than a minute, you know that Steph will own it. She'll come out with as much as she can about anything that's going on. But there's a lot that we have to, keep behind the scenes. Steph is still a military mom times 2. My first official set of combat boots, they're actually already retired, but they officially retired February 1st. We've had a lot of changes, y'all, last year into this year. So, in a way, I look at him and I said, listen, you see me like this, kind of like y'all do. I look calm, I look cool, I look collective. Maybe I don't look cool, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I chose pajamas today.
I'm in a pair of your sweatpants because they fit me around the waist.
We're going to discuss our dinner date and you getting hit on by... but we'll get there. Let's get through this part. Yeah, he's wearing a pair of mine. My sweatpants. They're comfortable for him. They're not pink, y'all. They're green.
They're a neutral color.
But anyways, I looked at him. I said, I may look calm on the outside, but I need you to know I am terrified on the inside.
Yeah, I got hit on, Don. We'll explain it in a minute.
Yeah, he got hit on, and not by chestnuts.
Oh man. So question.
No, because I'll lose my thought.
All right, well, keep going.
Darn it! I probably already did. Now I'm circling back to figure out what I was saying. Because all I could think about is the guy that asked.
Oh man.
Really made you feel like you were in a midlife crisis, huh? Oh. Anyway, all right, yeah, so there I'm at. So I told him, I said, listen, I'm terrified. I tremble on the inside, just like much of any other natural person, all right? Here's the thing, I don't know what we're going to look at the end of this hardship this season. Because honestly, the reflection I see in the mirror is not the reflection I seen a year ago. Some of it's sad, but honestly, I'm elevated into the person I need to be. And the Mima I need to be. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, I may need to send you a few layers, huh, Donna?
So yeah, that's where we're at, y'all. Interesting enough today, some of my outreach partners and community members, one of them asked me, Steph, how's your outreach going? Because it's been a few months since them and I caught up. And I looked at him and said, If you want me to be brutally honest right now, at this point, in this moment, our outreach is broke. Why is our outreach broke? Because we're privately funded, meaning it usually comes out of our pockets. We keep it out. We keep it private.
It's only 51, so, Donnelly. It's not that cold yet.
What's it here?
I don't know. Look real quick.
Yeah, what's it here? Because I mean, but she lives in Florida. 51 degrees in Florida is like 20 degrees here. Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
I'll give her that. I'll give her that.
Think about it. So, here's the thing, y'all. When I pray, and yes, I pray. I'm not religious, but I believe in God.
It's 36 right now.
And 36, yeah. So, yeah. Girl, you're good. I promise you. I could go out like this. I couldn't stay out there all night.
Tonight's our warm night at 38 for a high throughout the night. Tomorrow's supposed to be 12.
Of course it is. Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, y'all. A comfort zone, the easy streak, whatever, never got me nowhere. Hardships have always somehow, somewhere down the line, I look back and I'm like, dude, we needed that. Kind of like becoming an Army Strong for the first time, y'all. If I hadn't become an Army Strong, Steph would have never been on YouTube. Film, period, end of story. I'm going to tell you that. There's a lot that happened for me to be who I am today. But yeah, y'all. In stark reality, is Steph broke? Yes. Is Mr. Steph broke? Yes. That's why you haven't seen us do a whole lot of pocket pleasers lately. Y'all, it is what it is. We knew it was coming.
We'll get over this hump. It's not the first time.
It's not. We had
at
bills.
Least we didn't put ourselves there by doing something stupid. It was...
We had bills that had to go further down the priority list. And that's what's going to happen for this week as well. And you know what? It's okay, y'all. The one thing about Mr. and I being recovering addicts is, y'all, we used to put ourselves in binds to be able to support our drug addiction. Why? Because we didn't buy it off the street. We bought it from safe people. So we paid premium price. That isn't to toot any horn, just so y'all know. It still ended up with me having... and
that was by a family.
No, I'm talking after that.
Oh.
When I had my accidental OD.
Oh, yeah.
So, in fact, some of my outreach today, I told them, because we brought up Jason and Andy and our trip to Colorado. It was actually Mr.'s 10th year of sobriety on the 6th. And we happened to be in Colorado Springs with Jason and Andy having dinner and just shooting the stuff like we've been friends for years. And I'm not even kidding, y'all.
It's like meeting up with old friends from like high school that you hadn't seen in 20 years.
But and it hit me. That was the first time Mr. and I had been back to Colorado Springs, Colorado. Sober together since Firecracker was almost 2 years old. She will be 20 this year. And I've got 11 years of sobriety, and he's got 10. So the point of it is we know the hustle, y'all. We know the grind. My body's not wanting to hold up to any of it. So, no judgment tomorrow, y'all. I'm going to try to pull a few rabbits out of my hat. Just so then we can manifest a chiropractor over the weekend because Steph needs one. But other than that, we'll be okay, y'all. I chose to be as open as I could be during this hardship with y'all, not because I want everybody to know our business. But to know that, you know what, even if you are a recovering addict like us and you have a setback, you can get through it one day at a time. And you can certainly do it with a huge community if you know where to look.
Well, so I've got something I want to hand you because, normally I've always been this person and the last month you've been this person. Chaos coordinator.
I've got a shirt that's chaos coordinator.
It says chaos coordinator. The definition: someone who solves problems you never knew existed in ways that will blow your mind. See also ninja, rock star, and legend.
And then what does it say on the back for all the ingredients?
So the nutrition facts: serving size, 1 awesome chaos coordinator. Percent of daily value: hardworking, 1,000%. Unrivaled skill, 500%. Passion, 100%. Caring, 100%. Sleep, 0%. Caffeine, 110%.
That is for sure. Last night was day 5 for me with insomnia and all that good stuff. So that's what's going on with Steph right now, y'all. That's why Steph looks like she's aged 10 years. Is sleep's a real deal. It's not that I ain't getting it. It's I don't get to sleep till the sun's up, and then yeah.
So question for everyone: do I look homeless?
Yeah, let's go over that one really quick.
Do I look homeless?
Now, to be fair, y'all got to see. Don't judge because I haven't cleaned up the sales areas from earlier in the week. Okay.
Gotta understand. I'm in.
Does Mr. needs to know? Does he look homeless? Because we were hanging out outside common table after we ate dinner, and Mr. met up with his safety person and all that good stuff, his support person, his battle buddy, whatever you want to call him, y'all. And we're standing out shooting the right nonchalant. I'm standing like here, Mr. standing here, Mr.'s BFF is there, and C Pruds is here. And this guy walks around. It's an unhoused person. It's a street person. I don't know any better words than that to use, y'all. So if I offend anyone, well,
not intended.
Not intended. Anyways, he walks by, glances at Mister, keeps going, stops, turns around, takes a couple steps back, and looks at Mister, and he goes, "Are you homeless?" No, the way he asked it.
So I was like, no. And he goes, "Oh," and turned around to start walking away.
He goes, "Oh." No, I'm not mocking him, y'all. I am not.
He may have just wanted someone that he felt safe around.
Yeah. And we certainly could have maybe, but, yeah. I'm sure we'll see him on Saturday because we'll be back there Saturday because outreach for us is typically Thursdays and Saturdays, which is usually why you don't see us on YouTube. All right, let's get to these tiers.
Yeah, so Giovanni says, not really. It's a vintagey hipster vibe.
Okay. Well, I said, we were laughing for blocks. He popped off something about it. And I'm like, well, this is my takeaway from it.
That was my take, too.
And we just laughed for like 3 or 4 city blocks. And I'll tell you, we needed it. We needed that laughter in our lives. No, I thought Mr. was getting hit on.
And like I said, he may have just wanted someone that he walked by and felt comfortable around all of us and knew that we were talking to the person I was talking to.
Right. And honestly, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Was
hey, if you guys are, needing a place, I've got a good place to hide out for the night,
Yeah.
A lot of them do that.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of retired combat vets that spend a lot of time in the woods. Even if we won the lottery and got a duplex for these folks, some of them,
they'd still live out.
They would still sleep outside because that's where they find security.
Well, S's one battle buddy that he went to basic with, remember his prior service, said when he came home the first time from his first deployment in the sandbox, he had to go outside, get a handful of dirt, and throw in his bed at home because he could not sleep without that grit of the sand in his bed.
Yeah.
He was
You
probably a
could have
millionaire.
been a millionaire. I will tell you, I definitely have moments like, because I watch people's body language. I watch people.
The guy was very clean looking for being a street.
I will tell you, most unhoused people
They're usually cleaner than.
are actually cleaner than most people I know.
There's
I
a
don't
few
mean
that
that
are the
rudely.
exponential
But
homeless.
I will say,
but most of them up here
the Little Apple
take care of themselves pretty well.
The Little Apple does have a lot of real organizations, meaning you can walk in and they're really the real deal and be able.
Yeah,
They
can do their laundry,
they can shower, they can get new clothing. Obviously, not always brand new clothing, but new to them clothing.
Hey, Pam.
There's multitudes of things. So yeah, I promise you, you know, it doesn't matter whether you showered yesterday or 3 weeks ago. You know, that doesn't require you being homeless or not. So, anyways, all right, let's get to our tiers. I'm still not sure I'm gonna be able to do it that way. I might have to look at it a different way. Y'all, I just feel like I'm doing it all backwards, and I probably am. It's just the way my brain's working tonight. So let me go to the Fur Babies channel so I can look at my tiers that way. Oh, yeah, right there. Okay, I'll grab Sparkin Emporium. Go to view channel, join. There. Alrighty, y'all. So, first and foremost, I'm going to be tweaking each entry, each tier. The prices are not changing for now. We will always have a bottom price, meaning the sunflower sprout entry will never be over $2. I can assure you of that. However, I may have one that is a giftable one that's like $1. That way, for anyone that wants to gift memberships, they're able to do that, and it don't cost them $5, $6, $7 a membership that way. All right, so our first tier is sunflower sprout entry. On my screen, it's showing $1.99. Y'all, on my iPhone, just FYI, that's something else I need to tell you, because I've noticed, I do get notifications once in a great while that I have a paused membership as far as to someone I've been a member of. And so I go on my iPhone, and I know it's part of the iPhone thing. Say it's set at $2, it'll show for $1.99, but it hasn't been doing that this week, y'all. My bottom tier, it's been showing that's $2.99. Now I don't know if you go in and hit join if it's charging you that, but if it's charging you $2.99, definitely drop me an email, and we will be getting on top of that with YouTube. On the computer, it seems to be fine. On my Android, it seems fine, but just so y'all know. So the first tier, I believe, is actually $2 if you're on a laptop versus an iPhone. On the iPhone, it's going to be $1.99.
So Mona says iPhone charges more if you go through the app.
Interesting.
See, this is all stuff ones like Mona that's been monetized forever.
Mona, I didn't
can
know
really
that.
help us.
I didn't know that, honestly.
It's a transaction fee.
I knew from Tuber Chat, because this has been several weeks, probably even months now. Someone had asked Kevin about the difference of, like, the penny difference on iPhone. And so he explained it, but yeah, I had no idea. So, we'll definitely make a note of that, and I probably should, so I just don't forget it. My brain is not reliable right now for anything, y'all. I do have to write notes.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. It's been a week. But
I
a
had
lot
a
of
3.5 hour appointment, almost 4 hours.
A lot of mine is I'm getting about 4 hours of sleep, and it's not all together, and it's definitely after the sun comes up. No, I'm not staring at screens all night, y'all. That's staring at a ceiling or staring at the dresser, flipped over, staring at the back of Mister's head. So iPhone. This pen is broke. How are all my pens broke? No, that one's like, it's supposed to bring it out.
Yeah.
Alright. New stock of pens.
Yeah, I'm hunting for the pen I had last night. I thought it was right there.
I probably pulled it over here. Honestly, because I needed something to write
I know
with.
where another pen is. So.
I've got it.
Okay.
It's right here. It's under the laptop. Alright, so.
Yeah, that one's straight up broke.
It's okay. Don't throw it away. It looks cool, and I know where I got it.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you know where you got it?
Yep. Someone on YouTube. Honestly.
2 old guys?
No. It doesn't say 2 old guys. And if they were going to send me a pen, it would say that.
Sure.
Alright, so let's see. Monetization.
That may have fixed it.
Limbo.
Pen's fixed.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of
iPhone.
Well, I figured worst case scenario I was gonna break it, and I just keep the top part
Charges.
that has all the stuff wrote on it.
More. And.
Yeah, Mona says she's been canceling and then rejoining after expiration.
So this is the way I've been rolling for the last few months, y'all. I mean, people I was a member of a year ago, not all of them am I still a member of. And I can most certainly tell you it's not because there was a falling out or anything. It has everything to do with the fact that, you know, when you're spending a Benjamin or more a month in memberships, I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. It's hard to support everybody that you want to support. And we've just had enough snowball right there at the end of the 4th quarter with Mister's health and all that. It's not a lack of trying. It's not a lack of effort, because I promise you, my lower back tells me a lot. But yeah, so I just have to stand up for a minute, y'all. My pain level's been up there all week too, so that definitely doesn't help with sleep either. So we just have to get it all regulated again, but we will.
Yeah.
All right, stop so I don't. All right, so sunflower, and this is the parts that I'm changing, y'all. The perks, I don't know which ones all that I'm tweaking all of that. However, each and every member of mine, I can assure you, if you have content on your YouTube channel, at least once a month, and I'm saying at least once a month right now, y'all, because my family is still in crisis right now. All right, so, and just explain why I'm only saying once a month. Because once a month means I have a month to catch everybody and be Superwoman for that. I know no one's asking me to do that. If you're a member of mine, if you have content, regardless what type of channel you are, if you have, you know, a live going on or a video or something, I'm going to do my best to start making comments and stuff. I have to get my family regulated and
We're
myself.
heading there.
Yeah, we're heading there. I'm a hot mess and I can't hide it. So, and I figure, you know, I mean, everybody's going to make their assessment, and that's okay. The ones that matter are going to understand those. So that's just where I'm at with it. All right, so sunflower sprout entry is priority reply to comments, member shout outs. The member shout out show leading up to monetization. I'm like, we already do that. So is it really? But yeah, that one's going to stay no matter what. Photo statuses and updates. We're going to be doing stuff like that. Y'all, the one thing I'm going to be working on Saturday, this is my intent. Now, if I can make it all happen, it may be something that flows over into Sunday. Is I want to get membership badges and emojis done. And either a video. Dude, If you want to have a full conversation, can you go somewhere? So,
He was just asking me a question.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he was asking me a question.
Um, membership badges, emojis. Oh, and then I'm gonna do either a short or just a video, y'all. But whatever I can get done, I'll get done this weekend. Just know, hopefully, you know, I can I can be more organized to make this all happen. If it even if it bleeds into next week, uh, I just don't want anyone thinking that I don't value the fact that you're a member of mine. Um, Radiant Sunflower. That's the second tier, and it should be $4.99 or $5. Uh, this one it's showing me at $5.99. I know I didn't set anything at $5.99. It was like $4.99 or $5. You're gonna get everything from the last tier, and then this tier you get members only shorts, um, photos, statuses, and updates, members only polls. Uh, And then the third tier and the final tier that I have right now is the rooted sunflower tier, elder. It's 9. Yeah, I think I said it $9.99. If not, it was $10. Um, and you get everything at the last two tiers. Plus, you get memberships only video, members only live videos, and member shout outs. Well, I can assure you, you don't ever have to be a member of mine to get a shout out. Okay. Um, but know that we will definitely, be making sure that we don't overlook anyone either, because that's been happening here or there, and it's not been deliberate on my part. But I know what it's like to be in a chat and to feel like someone's overlooking you, and you know, sometimes obviously it's not intentional, but sometimes you'll go in the second or third time, and it almost cements it, like, what did I do wrong, type of thing, and I don't ever want anyone to feel that way. So I'm going to critique those a little bit, to make sure that, it seems to be a more even field or something. I've got some other ideas of what we're going to do for membership videos, lives, and all that. But y'all, I've got to take it slow. I've got to get my family back on solid ground. So we're getting there. I will tell y'all, we're only 4 weeks into this, and this is the roughest week we've had, uh, as far as business wise. Um, well, 2 weeks if you count the week that we were gone to Colorado for a
Night,
um,
Mona.
necessity trip. So, yeah, all that good stuff. So, I will be critiquing those. Good night, Mona. Um, So if you see any changes, whatever, any questions, concerns, whatever, just drop me an email. Just drop me an email for sure. Past that. I had some other things. Let's just go to notes, see if anything jogs my memory. And these aren't like organized notes, so just give me a minute, y'all, because it's going to take me a minute. This is something I did a couple days ago, and I did it, during an insomnia night. Let's see. Trying to find my notes. Not the ones from last night, but the night before. Hopefully they saved. Yeah, I'm not sure. think I'm gonna grab a drink. There it is. So let's went up to the top and we'll see what we can get from there. You doing all right, mister?
Yeah, I just come in here to get off my feet. My hip and stuff's bothering me since I woke up this morning, so standing doesn't feel great.
Right. Yeah, I can sit for a little bit, but then I've got to stand. You know when you was back in school, like middle school, mister? You remember Mr. Olson?
Yeah.
Do you remember how he required his format for how you would do?
Yes.
It stuck with me. So now I'm struggling with notes that are all over the place. Because obviously I did this, when I should have been sleeping. But sleep wouldn't arrive, so let's see. Alright, let me look into this one. Maybe it's in that set of notes. Okay, so that's business wise. Something else, like way behind the scenes type of stuff. Alright, I have to stand up for a second. I'm trying to figure out what it was. There was a couple key points I wanted to talk about, but maybe just talking about our monetization tiers and all of that is what we're meant to talk about tonight. I'm also working on, let's see, what is it? Oh, good grief. Give me a second, maybe I just need to write it down. Let's see. No, just lost it completely out of thought, and I lost it, mister.
I have no idea.
And you didn't even warn me the choo-choo train was leaving the station. You slacking. I'm kidding. Alrighty, let's see. We talked about the tiers of pricing. Of course, Mona helped us with knowing the iPhone app itself charges more.
So Andrew says hi.
Our Andrew
says, you forgot me. I want to be on the train.
Dude, I did not forget you. You left before the train left, remember? Hey, dude. Mister's phone has no service. It's alright, we'll get it figured out. My question is, when you text the other day, did you text my cell phone or did you text him?
He messaged through Messenger.
No, this was a text message.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all, I am so far behind. I haven't ever called my brother back, and that says a lot. I missed his phone call, and I didn't see it until hours later, and then this week just has been relentless. So, let's see. Monetization, lingo, iPhones. We discussed the tiers. Sorry, y'all. We just gotta break it down to simple stuff because that's where Steph's bringing us tonight.
He says, your phone.
Okay, so.
And he was basically touching base because, the stuff that we were going to send him for Christmas, that, you know, life got so busy with
Your
all my
box is
stuff.
sitting here. Your box is sitting here, and as soon as I can cover a label, no, I will. My giveaways, they're not going out for probably until the end of the month. So just know it's not an inability of getting your package to the carrier. I can't afford the label right now.
I haven't worked in almost a month. She doesn't know that, I don't think.
Yeah, we need to catch up off of YouTube because a lot happened last month, dude. But aside from that, so I seen your message. I did not plug my phone in. I'm behaving like Giovanni tonight. Giovanni, you still here?
And I put the cords in there.
I know you did. I just didn't plug them in. I don't know if it's charging or not.
It is. If it plugged in, it's charging.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we'll get there. Right now, it's just being able to have enough profit left over this week to afford shipping supplies. So know that if I have anything after that, I will definitely get your label. If not, it'll have to be at least the next week, Andrew. But it'll get to you. And dude, we really need to have a conversation because I was told that your address that you sent me, you were no longer going to be at. So, just saying. So, just hit me up in text or whatever. Don't call right now because I'm on the phone that I use. It will knock me out of here and then I won't be able to get back in.
So Giovanni put, we will find out when it dies. Talk about your phone.
It's happened. Dude, I think we were on collabing with you and Don on my channel when my phone died one time. I'm being honest. All right, so we talked tiers. We talked about restructuring that stuff a little bit. Y'all, you know what? I need to do this just because I have a couple. I don't know if it's part of the title, but if it's not, I'm sure it's in the description. Let me see if I can get it from here. I mentioned an open panel meeting. People can come up and talk. Obviously, it's a round table and we're talking business. I mean, there's some personal we've been talking about because I don't know how to separate it. I just don't. But you can come up and chat, discuss what you're doing, whatever. Help a sister out. I am so brain fried. No, don't feel pressured, y'all, to where am I looking? I need to go into StreamYard. I just cannot log into StreamYard as far as going into the live. A, will have echoing, and B, this laptop will not hold a stream right now, which is crazy because my uncle put all this mega space on it. Alrighty, so invite guest. And I'll just try to keep an eye for the notification if anyone wants to come up. If not, no pressure. Seriously, y'all. So, the next thing, it's definitely something I wanted to cover. I'm glad Giovanni's here. Y'all, if you've been away from YouTube for a week and you weren't here Monday, meaning here on YouTube with Giovanni, Don, and I, Giovanni's getting ready to go back to the corporate world full time. Y'all, he's been out for close to a darn year, I want to say. Healing from that leg injury. Anyways. So his schedule at work versus his schedule on YouTube is going to look funky for a while. And our Mondays and Fridays are going to be inconsistent as far as having Giovanni on. But y'all, I can assure you, if my channel's live or Don's channel's live, our golden child knows that that back door is open for him. So, we could go laugh, give him stuff because we call him the golden child. He's not that much younger than me, but he's young enough to, there's that, I think it's almost a generation. So generation's 10 years. All right, so where am I going? Oh, I hit live. It's not showing my live though. Yeah, I had to tell a few people I met today, outreach-wise and organizational-wise. I said, listen, I can assure you, Steph is not dressed in pajamas running all around Little Apple all day. But I'll tell you what, I chose comfort today because, well, I needed to. And like, my sleep pants, my friend over on Fort Riley gave me for Christmas is, I don't
I almost stole those sleep pants last night.
Dude, you are not allowed to take these because otherwise I am calling an E6 and telling his wife that you stole my clothes. And more specifically, my pajamas.
But that E6 would laugh and say,
can you imagine me calling that E6 and being like, hey, can you come over here to the village? Why? Because Mr. stole my pajamas and he won't give them back. He even put them on. Help. I bet you that would raise my eyebrows. Just saying. Just saying. Okay.
Go along with the rest of my
all right, y'all. I did drop the link if anyone wants to come up. No, you're welcome to. You don't. It's nonchalant. We're just talking business, but y'all, I'm just gonna throw that filler out there. There ain't no one on YouTube, honestly, y'all, and I say this very respectfully. There is no one on YouTube that can fill Giovanni's spot. And just gonna put that out there. And what do I mean by that? There's only one CEO, Finding Treasure 7. They put the mold with him. If y'all don't believe me, ask Mama Duck. But past that, with that said, Giovanni's...
we knew this going in with Giovanni.
We knew this going in. We just kept pushing it off. Like, it'll come eventually. When that bridge comes, we'll cross it, right? Well, that bridge is here, and we're on it. But honestly, Giovanni ain't leaving YouTube, y'all. YouTube isn't sustainable enough for him to just run with it, right? We're still in the building stages, both him, us, Dawn, and multiple other channels on YouTube and other platforms, y'all. The struggle is real, the hustle is real, and it is what it is. But Giovanni gonna be doing pop-ups on his channel a lot, y'all. What I mean by a lot, anytime that brother has time to get on a pop-up, if no one else is available, right, to go collab with, jump in with, whatever, you better believe his channel is gonna be lit. Why? Because he is a reseller. And that guy knows how to hustle. His parents taught him well. So, but with that said, we've got the way we're going to do right now, I think, this would so help if Dawn was up here on the panel with me, but hey, I'm just going to speak for myself. At least on my channel and the days that we're collabing on my channel, but most certainly I do know it's going to be on Dawn's as well. Y'all, we aren't replacing Giovanni because there ain't nobody on YouTube that can fill his seat. They just can't. So we're just going to have guest collabs. Now, I don't know that would be every day of the week, but most certainly Mondays and Fridays. I think that's what we're gearing for, and other days of the week.
For what?
Guest collabs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was back.
So here's my thing, if you are a reseller, even if you're not a reseller on YouTube, but you are a reseller, meaning you know the reality of what it is, what it takes to make an invoice, pack and ship and see it through, and all of that. Yeah, we probably want to speak to you, y'all. I've got a list of people. That list is very small. Of people I'm going to be reaching out to. Will they say on a Monday? Will that guest be there every Monday? No, it's going to be a guest appearance.
That's kind of the idea: is cycle as many people as we can through.
Right.
Quality. So. Quality.
So yeah, there's that. I've got to walk for a second. No, my hips are killing me. I probably ought to grab my brace.
So I just slept wrong last night, so my pain.
My pain's improved from yesterday. You gotta remember, I pulled my back before we went live, and I stood for a great deal of that more than 4 hours or whatever. Not complaining, just explaining, y'all. The body isn't as forgiving after 40, just saying.
You laughed at me when I told you that.
No, I laughed at you when you said I was getting old. When the other day we got complimented by someone that they didn't know how young parents can do what we do on YouTube. And it's like, you know, parents? We're young grandparents. Hey, it was a good compliment.
It was.
And I guess that's probably what also threw me with the question tonight. It was an innocent question.
Well, it was.
You know, we're just going to have to go back to dinner tomorrow night.
We can't tomorrow night.
Shoot, we can't tomorrow night. We're got a live clap. All right, but that will be.
It'll be a Saturday thing.
Oh, hi, y'all. I thought it was fully off. They didn't see my back brace. We're good. Oh. Yeah, YouTube requires clothes, y'all. But yeah, there's some great channels. It just, you know, it's what if everybody can find time that fits theirs around the same time frame, with us all in different time zones, if that makes sense. So it's not as easy as just asking, hey, someone want to come on and collab? Welcome to Stuff Live, y'all. I am like a wreck right now. I'm not even lying. I don't know why it feels nervous, but I'm not nervous. But hey, I'm just doing random stuff because, hey, stuff's unregulated tonight, and that's okay. Unregulated just means that, you know, it takes a lot of effort to get my thoughts out and all that good stuff. It makes sense of, you know, the YouTube studio, which I've been in several times. Now, I've only been in it a handful of times since I monetized, and it looks a lot different. So it looks foreign to me, but I should have been able to have went right to it tonight, to the tiers, and I just struggled with that. But it is what it is. Y'all, if you're new to me, most certainly Stuff doesn't do this for the ratings. I promise you. Most certainly, if I could just show up and sell and everything be roses and everything and lollygag, whatever. But the real world don't work that way. And, you know, running a business in real time with a lot of personal life happening at the same time, it's hard to separate it. It's kind of like last month when Mr. hospitalized. That happened. I went live with Dawn and Giovanni less than 20 hours after that incident. And they didn't have a whole lot of idea other than something was obviously going on.
So I'm trying to think in my head where this is at. 1100 block of East Oak Street in my hometown.
Let me see the address.
Just 1100 block.
1100 block of East. So that's past East Loves, but that's before Walmart.
They did a huge
Oh, I bet you
drug bust.
a huge drug bust. So you know when you go in past Walmart,
I mean, they brought in
Yep.
KB or
Listen.
FBI explosive specialist, ATF special agents, ATF explosive detection, canines, ATF explosive.
so I could tell you exactly where that is. You know that line after the dollar store? Skid Row, as it's become.
Okay.
Yeah, we did have Skid Row in southeast Colorado, a little dirt town until the last, since the early 2010s,
Yeah.
changed into this.
I mean, they brought Pueblo SWAT, Pueblo Bomb Squad.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you remember that one place that the big round top that Dad said?
Okay. Yeah.
I can't go any further
Yeah,
as far
I
as
know.
where to
Yeah.
identify. It was probably right in there.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now, does it make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of why they brought that much people in?
Yeah. That makes sense. So I was looking through Facebook, sitting here while Steph was talking, and it come across, and I'm reading their press release, and I'm like, "Holy cow!"
Means they've done their work, so they knew that they needed other agencies.
I mean, they had Flight for Life on the ground on standby. They were expecting something to explode.
So the importance of understanding that and where the world's at right now, y'all. If you go to southeast Colorado and you end up knocked up, you have to drive 3.5 to 4 hours to see a baby doctor. I'm not kidding. In any direction, it's closer if you come into Kansas. You can go into Syracuse. It's less than an hour. To be able to see a baby doctor. This is gonna be personal, Mister. Do you mind if I put it out there? When we were in Colorado, on our way back from Colorado Springs into southeast Colorado, before we made the journey back to Flint Hills, we learned Mister's mom, who's in her 70s, y'all, has a DNR. Not because of her health, but she has had a heart attack in her life. And if she has another one, they have to fly her out. That flight costs $250,000.
She said she wasn't going to be in debt ever again like that.
And she don't want to ever be in debt like that again because she's on Social Security alone. So yeah, even people, good people, upstanding people in southeast Colorado that worked all of their lives with pillars. We're talking registered nurses signing DNRs because they don't want to pay a $250 flight.
$250,000.
$250,000 flight to see a doctor that can save their life because it's not provided for 3 hours. So yeah, the world's going to over there in southeast Colorado. I can assure you of that. I don't know about the rest of the state. Springs, y'all. Springs did not resemble.
Springs reminded me of what Denver used to feel like.
Springs felt like Denver.
It felt like Denver. It didn't feel like Springs no more. Springs always felt homey to me, and there was no part of that felt homey anymore.
I mean, granted, the lodging I got because I was on a budget, y'all, and Motel 6 don't keep the lights on for you anymore, not for less than $200 a night, and so I end up staying in Callahan, which is 45 minutes from Garden of the Gods, if you know where Garden of the Gods is. And so, like, we took Mr. Stat to his appointment. He's like, oh, it's 45 minutes away. I didn't realize it was next to Garden of Gods, which is what I really wanted. Yes, we were there for him. So, most certainly, we drove on the eastern side of Garden of Gods that evening when we got back to that area.
Went up to Manitou, got a picture outside by the clock.
Dude,
jumped back in the vehicle.
There's never parking there either at the clock.
No, there's
ever.
never parking.
We
right
had
there.
enough time to. I think it took 3 snaps, and I don't think any of them looked good. But we did make it to Manitou. I just didn't get to pick up a rock. So, let's see. Chat, sorry, y'all. I've been leaving y'all alone. What's your joke? You might have already said it though, so let me look.
He did. He put it in there. It's a little off color. And I don't know if it's off color because he uses voice to type.
Yeah, he uses voice to type, y'all. So just know if it's something off the wall, please don't report him. I'll just remove the message.
Yeah, it's not out there bad enough. I'd be worried about it. But.
So yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a typo there because he wouldn't have put that in my chat like that.
Right. That's the reason why I just kind of left it.
So what I'm going to do, though, because I know there's a typo in there, I don't want it misunderstood.
All right. Welcome back, Dawn.
Hey, girl, I got an open panel. You want to come up and let's talk? You don't have to. Don't feel pressured. But talk about what we're going to do about getting some guest collabs. Dawn was sleeping. Ashley bet. No, wait a minute. Cindy wouldn't have let her nap.
No, the cats were holding her hostage with knives, telling her they wanted food. That's what the deal was. I'm telling
Millie.
you.
The one in here. I think it was Millie, right?
Yeah.
Was it the one in here? Or maybe it's Cindy. I don't know, y'all. There's been an invasion of the cats over there.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Every time she's like, I've got to get off, guys. I've got to feed all the cats and everything. I honestly envision those cats sitting over there with the knife going, food.
All right, girl. I dropped it in chat again.
You have to pay attention.
Mm-hmm. It's just going to take a second. So she says she's good with it. She's got popcorn. My question is it caramel popcorn?
You know, I thought about trying something. You know those little microwave popcorn things we've got? The glass jar ones?
Yeah.
I thought about using that cinnamon sugar butter instead of regular butter.
We're not talking about regular sugar, y'all. I mean, I'd be game, but not want to realize that way if it's awful.
Well, you know, Firecracker always loved to take honey and just pour it over her freshly popped popcorn.
Let me make sure I grabbed the right link. No, that's the wrong button. Darn it, Steph, stop. Stop touching. Let's see. Oh, I'll just do it this way. This way I know I've got the right link. Because that would be my luck. Oh, good grief. I'm touching stuff.
Yeah, you're going to boot yourself. Watch. Then we're all going to laugh at you.
Oh, it won't let me because I'm live. I know there's a way around that, but yeah, don't get me live. And I've touched buttons, so y'all, sorry. This might be, weird for a second. Oh, good grief. There we are. That usually sets it back, so. Yeah, no, that didn't fix something. I gotta push some more buttons, y'all. I might boot myself, but if I do, I'll come back. You know what he says? He goes, I'm gonna start laughing.
And I did.
So, in that moment, I was like, yep. Start laughing. So, yeah. I legit booted myself. Let me go back in the StreamYard because I still got the tab open. Okay, it is that one. And then I know my leg's there too because I noticed it when we came back on the shift of it. So. Oh, good grief. I'll take care of it.
What happened?
I am not going to say anything at the moment. I don't need asteroids.
Okay.
I just have to find the right one.
Give me a second. I'll be over here and I'll fix it.
There it is. It gives. So I just reported it. Now it's giving me a chance to hide them. Is that where I put them in the little
Yep,
box
they're already
forever?
done. They're hidden. I got them.
Thank you. There's a few things I don't tolerate, y'all.
Hey, Kraken.
Hey, Kraken, welcome in. Kraken, sorry, bud, you're coming in at the tail end of this. I just had, someone probably wanted to play Asteroids too. If they want to come back, go ahead. But, anyway, y'all, there's a few things I don't tolerate on my channel and my chat. For one, it's my channel. The chat is open to anybody. Here's the deal. I do not tolerate explicit sexual comments. Period. End of story. Yeah, sometimes it could be funny, it could be whatever.
If you wouldn't say it in front of your 80-year-old grandmother, don't say it in her chat.
Exactly. And there's Dawn.
Usually, my rule of thumb is everybody's pretty fluent in Shrek. That's the rule of thumb. Shrek humor.
Just
Hey, what's up? Hey, I gotta bring her up big because I gotta see the view. Where is she
just
at?
a second. Let me gotta switch the camera. What the heck?
I was
Well,
trying to figure.
let me go out and come back in.
Yeah, go out and come back. I'm glad she did that. Because I'm like, where's she at? I mean, I think she might have been actually in the living room, but hey.
Now you're breaking stuff.
Now I'm breaking stuff. Oh, alright, I'm gonna bring her up, y'all.
Let's see. Try to figure this out. How do you switch it on the reel?
You've got Android, huh?
Yeah.
Let
And,
me.
and so it's not giving me the way to switch it.
See prods. She needs to be able to change her view of the camera instead of it being here. She needs it here.
Send me a link. I could test it on my phone. You don't bring me up on the stream.
Yeah, because you got Android too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can't bring you up on screen.
I'm
Wait.
not real sure how to switch it.
The link.
See prods. Where do you want me to send the link?
Facebook.
Just message me.
All right. Do.
So what's it do? Got her on the back camera instead of the front?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she went ahead and went out to see if she could figure it out. But we're gonna get C prods, so
Well, I'm working on cleaning it up because I want to try this. I thought about it last.
I don't show on my Android phone enough to be able to help her with those steps.
Right.
And I can't do it without, sending an invite to this phone, which I mean I could, but I don't know how it's gonna affect everything.
Right. Well, we don't show on an Android phone because it won't let you go sideways.
Exactly. Alright, she's back. Oh, there she is. We got it, C prods.
Got it. Don't need your help.
I figured it out. I had to before I entered the studio. That around to settings. I tried to do it afterwards.
Mhm.
Don't work. You got to do it before you ever enter the studio.
So I'm
That was where my problem went. Yeah, I'm out in the living room, and yeah, the cats have ran through the living room. I got a box laying on the floor with some bubble wrap. It needs to be taken out. And oh yeah, they were all over in here. It looks like we never ever do anything to this room.
in my office right here, because Petey, I have it blocked off so he can't get in here. That little guy is smart enough. He figured out he could crawl under my curio cabinet because he has access to the curio. Crawl under it and come out on the side of the office. So that's how he's been climbing on my desk and everything. I'm like, really, dude? I got things toppled over. Yeah.
Oh yeah, see that's what my living room, everything's you could tell was taken off of this table or that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're at over here. I tried my tripod. What took me so long? I was trying to get the tripod, and I don't know what happened to that, but I got to have Bob show me where the rod is not working or whatever.
Stage, and that is StreamYard.
Okay, there's Bob. I seen. So yeah, guys, we've been talking about adding some people and adding some guests and whatnot. Um, and we've got a couple people in mind, maybe. But we are going to be thinking of some people to, yeah, add to our crew every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Steph and Mr. Steph and I are still going to have some auctions here and there by ourselves, but we are going to add, like, we're going to have a night where we have a guest every, like, let's say every Tuesday or whatever day it is. We're going to try to work in people and all that. So, keep your eyes peeled for that because that's going to happen. That's in the works.
Oh yeah, last night after it was bedtime, I'm sitting in there in bed. I've taken all my bedtime meds, all that good stuff. I don't have a whole lot. Most of it's vitamin gel, but um, I'm laying in there and I'm just rolling through my head channels I know are yes channels, meaning they know what it takes to do invoicing. They know what it takes to do the packaging and the shipping. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. We had someone, I think about 2 weeks ago, ask about reselling and how you get into it. Y'all, for us, we didn't take a course. We came straight on.
We're
YouTube.
still learning.
And we're still learning. We don't do things typically in the back room like do a mock show and run with it, but definitely I think that's probably our next step for a few things so I can figure out a few features here on StreamYard because, Steph ain't got time to craft. For goodness sake, I sold yesterday these crafting beads and crafting jewelry stuff. I ain't got time to do it myself. So, um, you know, but such is life. Everybody's struggling with not having a 25th hour in the day, I think, right now. So,
Man, do I wish we could
right.
just have one more.
I when I looked at the time this morning, it was then 5 something, and then just after 6 o'clock. Gonna should probably just stay up, not nap, and I could crash hard tonight. But then somehow I miraculously fell asleep, and I was up in a couple hours, and it was late, meaning Mister had an appointment. It wasn't a set appointment; it was a walk-in. So we made it in time and all afternoon. But so my morning
Yeah, they
routine.
told me 3 hours, and it took every bit of that plus about 40 minutes.
Yeah, my routine started with just getting dressed and grabbing stuff that I knew I was going to need for the day, and my routine was in the vehicle today. So, John, check this out. Chaos coordinator. Oh shoot, she dropped out. She might fell out. There she is. Y'all see, I don't pay attention to the screen. It's not
I'm
just chat.
telling you, I switched my hand to the other hand, and my thumb hit the wrong button. I'm like, way to go. Usually I could count on the cats to take me off camera.
I'm gonna bring myself big so you can see this.
Okay.
Hey, Deb loves crafting.
Hey, welcome in. I can't see chat right now because my other screen's closed. So it says chaos coordinator. Someone who solves problems you never knew existed in ways that will blow your mind. See, also, ninja, rockstar, like,
That's cool.
and the ingredients on the back, Mister, you read it. You're such a better person, and you get my active chat back.
Because should have. Ingredient on the back says nutrition fact. Serving cup. One awesome chaos coordinator. Percent of daily value. Hardworking, 1,000%. Unrivaled skill, 500%. Passion, 100%. Caring, 100%. Sleep, 0%. Caffeine, 110%.
Let's see.
The place
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I can definitely relate on some of those. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
Andrew. I gotta circle back for a second, Don.
Okay.
Now I lost train of thought because I was doing two things at once.
Andrew.
So Andrew, I will respond to your text message. I just wasn't sure who you sent it to, if it was me or Mister. So after I get off the live, we'll chat, whatever, all that good stuff. So, or I'll go to bed. I don't know which yet.
I don't know.
So-
We're getting ready to try my creation.
So Don, we're on your channel on Fridays. We're on my channel solidly on Tuesdays, and we flip Mondays and Wednesdays.
Right.
We're gonna keep that, yes?
Probably. I don't see why not.
I mean, we
Yeah.
might things up, y'all here, there, everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we could keep it the same, and then, like I said, we're gonna try to work in some people and figure out, and so be prepared. I will tell you guys this: be prepared, because there might be one night or two night we might change it up totally. Like, we might add somebody permanently once a week, or we might change the time again. And also remember, Giovanni, as soon as he gets his schedule, and there is one thing to Giovanni's schedule that might be a little tougher. It might vary from week to week, literally.
Literally.
But there is a possibility also that he may get a schedule, and for the most part, it's going to stay the same, to where he can work in an auction or two, or however many he wants to. And please know that as soon as we can have him back on our channels, we will. He's got an open door policy between our channels. So know that going into it, that Giovanni will still be part of the pack. He's not going anywhere totally, like for good. He will be joining us, when he can, if he can, and all that jazz. So, yeah, there just will be some changes here and there throughout the week. But yeah, generally speaking, I think we're going to keep the same schedule, but we may have to tweak it here or there, just depending on the people we add, or just in general. Mr. Steph's going back to work. And when he goes back to work eventually, that's going to also play into when we can come live. Because they're going to have more of a schedule that way versus me, because I don't have a daytime job. So that's also going to come into play as far as us scheduling our auctions from here on out. So just be aware. Let's put it this way. There will be changes as far as to what capacity and what extreme. We're not going to know until we cross that bridge, literally, you know. There's Millie saying hi to everybody.
Yeah, if you come back in, you have a wrench girl. Welcome in. Give me a
Connect
second.
and grow
I'm
with
blind
everybody.
without these.
Come here, Millie. Say hi to everybody since you're so vocal.
Yeah, connect and grow with everybody. That's
yeah,
the plan.
connect and grow. We have a lot of great channels throughout the week that come through our channel. If it catches life, we will certainly give you the right direction. But anyone that has during our lives or whatever, if you're not connected, definitely that way. But a wrench helps in that respect, because
Yep.
you just click on their name and it'll bring a pop-up window.
And just by coming in, you automatically gained a new subscriber, because I subscribe to pretty much anybody that comes in. I usually even do to the trolls.
I do as well. I had to stop doing my 25 random pick every night as far as channels that I subscribe to and leave a comment to. For one, I ain't got the time right now, you know. And for two, I got screamed at by YouTube. Apparently, there's a cap on how many subs you can have when you have less than 600 subs. Apparently, having 6,000 subs is too much.
Yeah, and I didn't know that until you said something. I had no idea that was even a thing.
How did you find that out, Doran?
Well, initially YouTube, as far as why you can't sub to anybody else, I thought, okay, maybe I did something, didn't realize it, maybe I had a button. It was Doran though, because I reached out to him, and because I mean he's Doran, that is the source, y'all. That's a channel you definitely want to connect to.
Hey, you got popcorn too?
Yeah, Mistress made popcorn, but let him tell you how he doctored it up.
So we have those microwave popcorn bowls, the one, the glass container that you just put in the microwave.
Yeah.
And so I looked at Steph and I said, well, you know, you got all that cinnamon sugar butter in there that I made up the other night. I wonder how that would taste using that for popcorn. Not too bad.
I bet it is good.
It is actually.
You know what? My mom used to use in popcorn. We had it for a snack all the time. Bacon grease.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
But I tell you what, that's dangerous. Yeah. We used to eat that up as kids. Oh man.
Yeah.
Firecracker honey all over hers. And she was right. It tasted like caramel popcorn. It was just messy.
messy. So, Dawn, interesting, y'all. Dawn and I do talk. But guess what? We don't talk as much as most people think we do. Why? Because she is a very busy woman, and so am I. And so, Dawn, you're learning, obviously, about this now because it only happened today. Is it Hump Day next week? Yeah, Hump Day next week. We will not have a moderator for probably the first hour and a half of our show. Everything's still in the works, y'all. We don't have a set date that he's going back to work, but it should be next week. So by all rights, by Hump Day, he should be back at work. After his scheduled time, he has a medical appointment, and that's going to take an hour as well. So, yeah, he would be off in time to be here, but he actually has to travel to another area to be able to do that. So, Don, I will be modding for you, and if you wouldn't mind modding for me on Wednesday until Mr. gets here.
Oh sure. Hey, we can handle that. I think.
I think
I say that, but then we all know
Monday. I'm just saying.
All I care is as long as you keep it straight in that notebook, so when I go to package everything, it's straight.
Yeah. We caught one. It was during when I was in Oklahoma while you were in the hospital. Yeah, I wrote it on the tag, but I didn't write it in the notebook. So that's how an item didn't get voiced, but it did go in the package. Why? Because that's what we do. You know, yeah, Mr. came in and he's like, stuff. Was this purchased? I'm like, does
It's
it have
got
a
the
name
person's
on it?
name on it, but it didn't have
And
it
he goes,
anywhere in the
he
notebook.
goes, it's nowhere in the notebook. I was like, is that the only one? He goes, yeah. I said, oh, we're good. I missed one. You know,
At least you missed it on the right way, you know, missed it to the customer's favor.
yes. You know, life happens in real time. I think for everybody, y'all. It just, we live in an instant world. So, hey, you got a problem today? Hey, Don, your well's down. Hey, we can just hit an app and we can have it fixed tonight. Y'all, life don't happen that way. It takes grit. It takes grind. It takes sweat, blood, tears, everything to make this happen. And we were in for some of their show today. We weren't you were active in chat. I just did a blanket hello because I just knew I didn't have the extra energy to do it. So
it
I
was
did
before
a
we
blanket
left
one.
to go to common table.
Yeah. And
I didn't feel like cooking tonight. Common table cooked for me.
yeah, Mr.'s like stuff. I don't know what we're gonna cook. Y'all, we are not starving. I've got
It just requires
a deep freeze, a big deep freeze that would fit probably 2 cows in it, depending on their size. And then I have an upright freezer that I've got to get cleared out because it's got to be sold. So I can see a chiropractor because that's really my goal, is to be able to get a chiropractor.
Goal for morning.
Think we could bust?
Flip that freezer that way, and I can pull the other one out.
You think we could bust that freezer out before the show tomorrow?
Should be able to.
Okay, you realize I'm in a back brace.
I don't need that. You took that off spirits one. I don't need someone to help lift. I've got seed prods to help lift. So I'm not worried about the lifting side. I more need someone out here to help kind of being like, okay, don't put that pile that's going to storage type of thing.
Right. All right. Well, that sounds good. All right. So, y'all, I don't know. I mean, we're already on Thursday. A lot can happen between now and Monday. And Don and I have certainly talked about a couple channels as far as, hit the ground running. They'd be able to come on and guest collab with us, even for one evening. We're certainly not desperate, y'all, but it's certainly funner when we have collabs. We could certainly pull it off with 2 of us, but there's really no fun in that. We need the third wheel. So.
Yeah, and we're like I said, guys, we'll let you know as soon as we establish all of that. It's we're still thinking about people, so I'm the type of person I'd rather think about it long and hard instead of just think of the first person who pops in our mind, but yet maybe they're really not meant for our collab and just taking that plunge. I'd rather take a little bit of time to think it through. But that's me, and that's only because you guys know some of my experience in YouTube was not the most pleasant. So for me, now I'm a little bit more cautious. I don't just go out there and ask the first person that I see on YouTube next. I take it a little bit slower than that.
Y'all, and much for the same reason, different circumstances, most certainly, but I've been on YouTube for over a year, and in the first quarter, I nailed it all at the ballpark. If y'all ain't been around me through 2025, the first 2025, go back and watch the replays, y'all. I was really a hot mess, but we did have a lot going on. Here's the thing. This is what I told Mr. probably last night or yesterday. We were talking about certain channels. And it's not because we're picking and choosing. Certain people vibe and some people don't. Other people, it's like I do a cost assessment. I did it with Dawn without her even knowing when we were speaking about doing a club to begin with, and I looked at Mister and I said, "Can we afford this, this, or this?" Which had to do with relationships. Dawn is my friend, Joel, but she is a fellow reseller and a fellow business owner. And I'll tell you, I could sit here and I could have a rough night and I could just come online and blow my channel up. Do you think it's only my channel that's affected? No, it affects Dawn's channel. It would affect Giovanni's channel. It would affect anyone who has collabed with me, I'd say at least for the last 6 months. So that's the reason why there's the caution. It's not because we don't want people. It's not because we don't trust. It's how's this going to affect our business? How's this going to affect their business? The good and the bad. Because if this collab don't work right, how's it going to affect? What's the ripple effect going to be? Not just
Right.
for communities, y'all. When I tell y'all that people over profit, I mean it. Now with that, there's some guidelines, which means just don't start bidding, run up a big bill with me, and then cry foul when stuff hits the cancel button, and then come back and say, for instance, well, Steph, you remember that one time? No, I don't do tick for tack, y'all. I just try to do it straight across the board and do try to make it fair. You know, I don't aim for perfection. I aim for progress. And I will certainly tell you, I have learned a lot of things from everybody I've ever collabed with here on YouTube. Every one of them has either been a lesson or a blessing. And even those lessons were blessings. Because I'll tell you what, there's times in the last few months I was in the trenches and it was this woman here. And it was Giovanni who's in chat. It was other collabs I had at the time. You know, when life falls apart in real time and you're online for business, it's hard to find that balance. And it certainly makes you question, because I tell you what, you know, when Dawn's well went down, you know, it was a big deal and it's still a big deal. And I'm the type of person, if I had had it, no one would have known because we'd have just took care of it. But that's because of who we are. Here's the thing. The last 2 years have been hard for us. So making that happen just don't happen. Why? Because life keeps happening. Dawn and I had this conversation the other night. Y'all, remember a few months ago I said we needed tires? Dawn said she needed tires. Well, guess what? Dawn's tires bolted. So are ours. But we're still on the road.
We're still driving it. We're still driving it, baby. But, you know, and it's true. If the thing that I like about when you have a collab that actually, the collabs that actually, where you do sync together really seamlessly, what happens in those collabs is even if one person is having a bad day or a rough moment at that very moment, or they have an emergency phone call, or they a situation going on at home right at the moment, and hey, Dawn, I'll be back in a few. I don't know what's going on. I don't, but you know what? When you can just get in there and pinch hit and just take over the show as best you can until the other person comes back, and you just keep on going. Honestly, this is probably going to sound weird even to Steph and Mr. Steph, but honestly, I don't mind doing that, but I actually, in a weird way, like going in there and pinch hitting for people I'm collabing with if they need me, because I've always been one of those weirdos that I would rather find out how I'm needed and rock with it and be there for somebody versus me being the one to have the rough night. Not that I want my collabs to have the rough night out of the two of us, but I mean, it definitely feels good for me when I feel like I'm needed somewhere and I can help in some small way. That actually makes me feel good if I can complete it. in a good way. You know, I can be there for that person when they need me. Because you guys have seen when we're online, anything can happen. We've had people come to the door. Hey, just a second, somebody's at the door, gotta go. Or we've had the phone calls. I've had phone calls from my children. You guys know, if my kids call, I'm gonna stop the auction. If it's just me, I'm gonna say, hey guys, I probably what I would do is say, we're gonna have a giveaway number 1 through 100. I'm gonna take this phone call from my daughter because it's my daughter. I'll be right back. You guys talk amongst yourself, whatever we gotta do. But it's what's nice for me is when you can find a collab that works together. I don't have to, like, if I do this, let's say take a phone call, I don't have to ask Steph. I can just say, hey, I'll be back on in a minute. She has no clue, even if it's a phone call. It may be somebody at the door or whatever. She has no clue what's going on here, but I know that I can safely say, hey, can you take over and show until I get back? She says, sure. And she just goes along with it. It's nice when you can partner up. That's the kind of people I like to partner up with. People that, because we are live and things do happen, I don't have to worry about leaving the show to them. I can kind of rest and know that, okay, I have a little emergency situation going on, but it's okay. Steph's got it. Mr. Steph's got it. It's all good. They'll keep showing and I'll get back on when I can. So when you can find a partner like that, that's when it's good, you know? I think that's one way you can tell it's going to work out between you and that collab. And so going forward, this is one characteristic or trait or behavior pattern that I will be looking for in somebody, that they can mesh with our crazy and our and our good days and bad days seamlessly. And if I can find somebody like that, that would be the one that we're probably gonna adhere to. I can tell you that.
I mean, you know, I told Mister, I was like, what do you think of this person? No, this is before I even talked to Don about it. Why? Because if it's going to sound stupid, I'd rather Mister hear it, not Don. Let's just be honest.
That is me last night, taking my glasses off because I didn't want the dagger look when I said the person that came to mind on mine.
Which was crazy because we were thinking the same person. And just so you know, that person did cross my mind. And I said, I don't know if the timing's right yet, but we'll see. We'll see. I can't I can't cut off a path without knowing what's there first. So, but I told Mister, asked him about a Pacific person, what he thought about them. They have content on YouTube, all that stuff, and he goes, actually, I think it might be a good mesh for a guest appearance, at least starting out. And I said, okay, well, if it sounds good to you, I can talk to Don about it. No, this is my thing is I told Mister, I said, here's my hang up. And she knows who I'm talking about because I've only talked to her about one person. Why? Because my son, my police officer's son, called last night while we were in the back room and I got booted out. And, I just texted her. I said, he called. Sorry, we'll catch up tomorrow. And y'all, today didn't go necessarily as planned. I mean, the necessities, the intake, the appointment, all that, we've got that taken care of. But the rest of it just didn't happen, and it didn't just hit me till now. Because I told her, I said, "Girl, we'll chat tomorrow." Here we are chatting live, so y'all know as much as she knows. But I told Mister, I said, "Here's my hang up. I know they're probably a great match, and they probably will be, and they'll probably be on. But y'all, this is my hang up with anyone. The biggest cost, aside from if things blow up, and it affecting multiple communities, is don't want to lose them as a friend.
Because it can happen easy
because
in this
because
one.
it can happen easy on this platform. It happens on other platforms as well, but it happens a lot here. And sometimes you can't switch before it changes again. So what last week's information is, it's last year's, it's old news, type of stuff. And so I'm not going to mention the person's name, y'all, but I'll put it here. Because if you're connected with me on another platform, it's not in my family chat. Well, it is, but the context of it is where anyone who is a level of a friend could see. Why? Because here's the deal: if y'all who are connected me here, business wise, not necessarily customers, but business wise, if you don't see the other side, I'm talking the side I cannot share here on YouTube. Why? Because it's too personal. If you can't see that, hey, I'm going through that much, then this is where we part ways, not Don and I, but just others, right? And we just, hey, we're friends. And we can just walk away and we can stay cool together, type of thing. I've lost more relationships on YouTube, whether they're a customer or another class, all under sometimes just a simple misunderstanding, a wrong word being phrased differently, that someone took as a different communication. Things like that. You know, when I tell y'all I love you, what does that mean? It means if you come to my door, you're going to get hospitality. Probably not right now.
You'll definitely get fed.
But you'll get fed. You'll
have a place
probably
to-
have water or tea, because I do have teas, as far as tea bags. We do have coffee too, so we can offer coffee. But past that, that's what I talked about love. If you ever reached out to me and you're a solid person, meaning, you ain't random played a long game with anybody, right? You're just average Joe. You reach out to me and you're like, Steph, I've got 43 cents in my Cash App account. Milk's $4.39. Can you spot me some money? I will have you taken care of on Saturday. Now, this is going to ring a bell to some of y'all because the context was there today. And it was gas and milk. Now, why am I bringing that to YouTube onto my business channel? Because life happens in real time, and not every crash wave is there a savings sitting there, a rainy day fund. Sometimes those rainy day funds get taken up and consumed because a well goes down, or tires go out, or a CV axle bust, or something, and then
we had
you
the
start
starter,
feeling
the
like,
alternator, the serpentine belt, all on my vehicle. There went my savings. Getting all the parts and stuff for that. I had the wheel bearing go out on it and had to pay all that money for the tow for a block and a half and all that. So we had no savings when all this really happened. We were just there at the edge of starting to build again. I think I had $100 sitting back when all this happened.
And the point is that, y'all, it's not to bring attention, it's to bring awareness. Because if you don't know I'm struggling, or if you know I'm struggling but you don't know why, for one, if we're that close, then let's connect elsewhere, because I can't put all that information here. Why? Because privacy is the real thing. But here's the thing. Dawn was going through her own battle while all this erupted from me and my family. Giovanni is still running Sunday shows as much as he can for fundraising so he can get wheels and a car and those necessities. And I'll tell you what, these people could have walked out. They could have said, Steph, too much is going on right now. Take a break from YouTube. Instead, yesterday, I pulled my back literally 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes before we went live, y'all. No one really knew that. When I took that little girl's room, is that what you said yesterday? Mm-hmm. Steph went to a little girl's room. All right, are we back in school? But y'all, I was a hot mess. My pain got above my threshold, and it almost consumed me. So I needed to take a break. So Mister was kind enough just to see Steph went to the little girl's room. Guess what Dawn did? Dawn jumped right there into active chat, and she modded for him. Now, y'all could say, well, it's easy to mod. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not effective modding. You can have helpers, and the help is not really there. Just because not everyone's familiar with the way you roll things or your audience, right? So things can get confused and all that. Hence the reason why I have Jessica Dumpster Girl as one of my mods is she drops links no matter where I'm at, as long as she has the availability to be there. And what does that do? That doesn't just help my channel or Don's or Giovanni's or anywhere else I'm at. It helps our communities. Why? Because our communities are connected, y'all. Whether or not anyone wants to agree, our communities are connected. 2 months ago, I had someone call me up on the phone and go, Steph, and mind you, this is not in the resale community. This is part two. What's going on over there? So what are you talking about? They're like, they're all erupting. There's so much drama over there. And I'm like, which niche are you talking about? and I don't, who even knows, but that's the life in the day of being a YouTuber. So yeah, y'all been here when our first collab together, Don and Giovanni. Y'all, I think that thing, I can't keep a live stream for
well, what originally happened?
That was the day my phone died because I didn't plug it in.
Your phone died, then the computer wouldn't hold the stream. The computer
wouldn't hold the stream.
And then while our internet went down, like we went black.
Right.
Next door was playing and we went black.
And y'all, Giovanni and Don, there was no question. We did not set that up in the back room before we went live. Hey, what happens if you can't hold a stream? They were right on it, y'all. And I'll tell you what, that isn't just a fellow collab. That's someone that freaking cares.
Yeah. Giovanni said, I remember that day. Everything went wrong on the first day.
On the first day.
Yeah, I remember that too. And I think Giovanni was the first person to start talking, and then I chimed in, and then him and I started kind of going back and forth and joking around. And but what we did when that happened is we, started stating, the different things and thumbs up and this and that and what to do next. And then, okay, I'm going to go ahead and show a couple and they'll get back on. And when they come back on, we'll switch it back over to them. Yeah, one thing about this YouTube gig is you literally got to be ready for anything because anything will happen at some point.
Yeah.
But
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Well, we've had everything, power outages while being on, because we live next door to an active training post. If they're training in the wrong corner, we can lose all cell reception, everything while they're training.
That's happened to us while we were live.
While we were live, we were actually in the middle of a show and just had everything just go boom, and we lost everything. Remember? We ended up having to take and drive into the Little Apple to end the stream out. Remember?
So that would have been while we were collabing after our collab started with Giovanni Don. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I was freaking out.
We blew a breaker one night. Remember on the old laptop how if it got unplugged, it just shut down. We went to go plug in a light to show this light, and we had plugged it in probably 100 times, never had an issue. And I plugged that sucker in, and it popped the breaker, and our stream went down completely right there. Remember?
Yeah. But going back to that first
day, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal, welcome in, girl. I'm trying everything. I'm trying to get on any device that I can get back into StreamYard on. And I looked at him, and he's like, Steph, take a breath. They're professionals. And he was being serious. He's like, Steph, these are your collabs. You chose them for a reason. They chose you. And I'm like, dude, this is the first day. If this is a sign, they're going to drop me, dude. I said, I can't even be a great host. And I'll tell you what, but by the time we got back on and the rest of the show, I mean, anything that could have went did, but I'll tell you what, I couldn't ask for any better collab than Dungeon Channel and Finding Treasure 7 for that first show, because I'll tell you what, anyone else, they'd have been like, oh, she's gone, and they'd have checked out and left the live going. I've seen it happen on other channels. So, you know, y'all, we are human. We are human. We are vulnerable at times. You know, we do our best to bring our best face forward, all the energy. The one thing we do in the background, regardless of who's hosting, is we talk about bringing the energy up, not because one's failing, but hey, just a reminder. Hey, let's smile a little more, not because we haven't been, but because we haven't been. Y'all, my face don't lie, and I don't not try to smile. It's just hard. It's hard balancing life at times while doing it in real time.
But see, Steph, you know what you didn't realize until after the fact is, if you guys want to know how Manic Monday was born, it was lots of Mondays that went awry in some way, shape, or form. And it usually was one out of the three of us that was just having the world's worst stuff happen. And I'm like, yeah, we should keep it as Manic Monday because it's definitely manic every Monday.
Yeah,
But I think that's why, I think for me, I can't speak for Giovanni, but for me, I've had everything in the world gone wrong on my channel with computers, um, we had to change our modem, our router. We had to change back in the day our cable, or this or that. We had, of course, you guys know I have Wild Kingdom going on. So, I mean, just the other day, Cindy had stepped down on the computer before I could even do anything. And she made me the visual picture of the stream and also the chat very skinny and tiny. I couldn't read it, so I had to go by my phone. I always have my phone going as well as my laptop. And if you can't read the chat on one, you can on the other. It's a great backup system. I never do an auction without both of them being run at the same time. So, had it not been for my phone running, if it would have just been my laptop, it would have been crazy. And I had to figure that one out on my own, which I did, how to get it back. But I think that's why I'm so calm when one of those two, either Steph or Giovanni, something goes wrong. I think that's why I'm just utterly calm because it's probably happened to me 10 times over in the past. So I think I'm so used to something going wrong that it doesn't phase me anymore. So I mean, you know, it can be a good thing, it can also be a curse, but in this circumstance when we're all collabing and one of us is flunking out for this reason or that reason, yeah, for me it doesn't even phase. That's why I can just roll with it, the show. I can just keep going because I've probably already done the same thing a million times long before you, Steph. So to me, it's like, okay, I've been down this road. It's not my first rodeo. So, you know.
right. Um, yo, you definitely hit the what is it? All notifications bell, whatever. If you don't have that on there for one of us or all of us, I would recommend it. That and follow our community pages. It's the one thing we do all try to keep updated. It's the one place. It's like in a bulletin board of, hey, this is what's going on. And I know I haven't been staying up with mine as much as I usually have, but y'all, I'm doing everything I can, including jumping into lives as much as I can. Right now, Steph's budget to spend on YouTube don't exist. It just don't, but it'll be there again. And, this saying of, when the world walks out, you find out who your true friends are. Y'all, I'm not going to get a whole lot into that because everyone's viewpoint's different. But I'll tell you what, when you go through some deep waters and you don't do it alone, and usually mostly unprepared. Um, those people, one of them's here on the screen with me. I've ugly cried in the back room because not because of YouTube, but because life isn't always easy. And y'all tell you, like when I met Crafty and Jason, and I said, hey, these are the same people you see on YouTube. Uh, for the most part, that's right, y'all. It's just unfiltered in real life, meaning the words that YouTube won't let you say, and I'm not talking all the bad words. There's just certain words you don't say on YouTube. Things like that. That filter's gone. Um, on a rough day, when you see stuff struggling, I promise you, I'm being hard on myself because I'm very aware I cannot show who I really want to be for that day, which is stuff put together. It's been a few weeks since I put makeup on. I gotta get back into that because I see this woman looking at me. Yeah, I'm blind right now. This woman's
Mine's all smeared.
to put the makeup on, y'all. If you've seen me with makeup on anywhere on YouTube, I want you to know directly it was because of her, for real. Because I told her, I was just honest one night. I told her, I said, Dawn, I don't even know how to put makeup on no more. Y'all, I do know how to put eyeshadows, but you know what I mean. Cosmetics today are not what the cosmetics were about 5 years ago. So I go to the store for one, I'm going to end up probably getting a bunch of crap I don't need. And then two, it's probably not going to be my skin color anyway. Typically, I end up with too light of a base. And so she gave me some tips, and I'm like, really? And she goes, yeah, that's what I do. And I'm like, holy, for real? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, so I can take 5-10 minutes in the mirror and I can be fine. And she goes, yeah. The jewelry, y'all, that's Dawn encouraging me to wear jewelry. I've never been a big one for wearing a bunch of jewelry. And right now, it's hard for me to keep jewelry on. So if you don't see me with any of it on, it's still here, y'all. So I promise. I haven't hawked it because I still haven't found my driver's license. Last night, I was like, oh, yeah, hey, I got that. I can take it to the pawn shop. Oh, wait, I ain't got an ID. I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't have it with me right now. That was something that got lost between the memorial and the trip back to Oklahoma. So, is it something that I could fix? Yeah, but I'm not paying the state of Kansas $35 before I have the funding to do it. So, the hustle's real. We'll keep doing it, y'all. I'll tell you what, John always says no pressure on the cells. Seriously, it's no pressure. Everybody's struggling today. So I'm going to circle back for a second because I mentioned something about the whole asking for gas and milk. So last night I had a conversation with my kid about a few things and did mention, hey, I might need some gas for today. Dad said, oh, no, we're fine. And I'm going, Guess what? Stuff needed today. I had enough gas to get to the Little Apple. I didn't have any gas for outreach or anything else. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I can't go donate plasma. My veins are too small, y'all. Who knew that was a thing? And I'm like,
I can't donate plasma because I'm on the do not donate list because of the heart attack.
Because of the heart attack. And I'm like, all right, this can't be this hard. So one thing Mister has always mentioned through the season of our life, y'all, is he's reminded me we're recovering addicts. What's the point of bringing up being a recovered addict? Y'all, I can't, and when I say this, if it sounds insensitive, please know that's not the intention. Because addiction is real, and I've lost enough people to it. And so, please know that. But addicts, they don't go without. I mean, they might. There was a few days here or there throughout my addiction. But here's the thing. Addicts don't stop hustling. Addicts keep hustling. So like Steph, we got this. Kind of like him last night looking at me, and he needed that reassurance. And this is my rock needing the reassurance, y'all.
And I don't like being in position. I'm usually the guy that's, the one making the money, so we're not in this position.
Right. I had to remind him the last few weeks because, of course, he wouldn't go right back to work, y'all. And I looked at him and I said, listen, if you don't take the time now, not only are we going to repeat Oklahoma, and I can't do that again, but it's just not sustainable. So, it is what it is. The struggle's real, but y'all, my house is loaded with inventory. So even if I gotta go stand out there, it's gonna sound silly. We don't have any stoplights in the village, but we have 3 stoplights outside town. One is for the service road, one is for the highway, and one's for the exit coming off the highway. I'm a military mom times 2. I'm a police officer's mother as well. I don't know that it would look really good standing out there on the exit with a sign that says anything, right? So this was my thing when I realized, hey, Steph, you still need gas, and this has to happen before it happens. What can I do? Of course, there was people I could have reached out to, but I didn't want anyone to feel wrath about not being able to help even with milk, right? Because everyone's struggling in some way. Y'all, I don't care who it is. The strongest people I know in 2025 were struggling in some way. It may not have been financially, but it might have been in relationships. And we're talking people that are pillars. We're talking people of huge status. We're talking pastors. We're talking huge personalities struggling. So if Steph's struggling, it's okay. Darn it, I lost that because I got stuck there. So this is what I did. I considered what I put it on my regular Facebook meeting where everybody that I'm connected to on YouTube could see it. Or would I put it in our family group? Y'all, it's not a hate group. It's where our DNA connected family is with our chosen family, with our military families.
A lot of
all
it.
That.
I mean,
it's
to
just
be
one
in that
central
group
location.
Is literally, it's a huge vetting process because there is full military families in there, and when they hit rough spots in their life, that may be the place they feel the safest to come say what their emotion is. And so, yeah.
So
that group takes a while to end up in because it's one of those deals you've got to be considered essentially family to be in that group.
So I chose to put it in our family group. I just nonchalant. Yeah, it took a lot of courage, y'all. I got 11 years of sobriety. Day 0, meaning the day before I got sober. I wrote this ridiculous thing to myself that the things I wasn't going to allow. One of them was be holding to someone, anybody, and that other part is that no one would have dirt on me, meaning I would air my own laundry. And it's being transparent. But anyways, so I just posted on there, can anyone spot me via any of the things I have? 25 to 30 till Saturday. And why? Gas and milk. And I'll tell you, the first thing I thought of who came to mind wasn't a specific person, but I totally felt that one of my military sisters, so it's another military mother, and that's how it happened. But most astonishing enough, not only did she leave me a message on social media that I didn't see, she texted me for the first time probably in 2 or 3 years, y'all. I totally have forgotten that we were still connected via cell phone, and we have been for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
It's not like we don't communicate. It just not through the cell phone. It's through other places.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to make sure that I was taken care of. And she lost her husband somewhere between COVID and the last couple of years, and she's not set off or anything, but she had enough to make sure that we had enough to at least get through this next week for appointments and for milk. Why? Because, I invoice tomorrow evening. Now, that is going to be a real deal. It won't be into Saturday. And that's just because Steph missed a week's worth of sales. Why? Because we just couldn't find the time or a reliable internet reception to be able to go live with all of you.
Yeah, if we'd have been in the city, we would have had reliable internet reception, even if we'd have been in Manitou.
Right. I just, but, we also needed that rest. I say it was rest. It wasn't. We took an 18-hour road trip, meaning 9 hours that way, 9 hours back in less than 53 hours.
With an appointment in the middle of it.
With an appointment in the middle of it. So, it is what it is. But, y'all, hopefully this evening, it cleared up a few things as far as anything that might be running rumor mill. I don't care. I really don't. In the military, we call it the private news network, and 9 out of 10 times the information circulating is incorrect completely. And so, Steph's struggling on a few levels because why? Steph has PTSD. And it's PTSD, but complex. And I'm doing this in real time. And y'all, I'm terrified, but I'll tell you what, come Monday, when I show up for Manic Monday, and I realize it really is Manic Monday, and my clubs are there, no matter where we're at. I'm like, hey, we got this. Even if we got to grind, we got this. And sometimes we grind, sometimes it's an easier night. I'll tell you, it don't matter which. We're in it to the thick. I usually wait to tap out until someone else does. Guess what? Don's waiting to tap out until I tap out lately. Yes. It took me forever. I bounced myself out 3 times trying to type the private chat. Because I'm doing it on my cell phone, y'all. To see how many more rounds the ladies wanted to do. Because I didn't want to feel like I was cutting them short. Right? And Francine put in, Don put in, and we closed out the show. And it was an all right night. Yeah. It wasn't like out of the park, but I'll tell you what, the community showed up.
Yeah, the
chat was moving. So, no matter whether or not we hit our goals or we did it, let me tell you, y'all being there and reminding us that we're not alone, and that to see y'all be compassionate and caring and kind to each other in chats is incredible.
And we all don't have to like each other. We just have to be able to stand to be around each other. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's my YouTube philosophy. We all don't have to like each other. We just got to be able to stand to be around each other.
But, well done. Close-up shop is 10:21.
Yeah, I got to get going in...
21 there, girl. Thank you for being on with me. Y'all, I apologize. I honestly tried to be organized. In my mind, it was. I kept full
when we organized it all in your head and my head last night before we went to sleep, we what's up?
I got a notification from YouTube, but it didn't stay long enough. Something's changing. I just don't know what.
But we had it in our head that I was going to get up bright and early this morning, and I woke up and couldn't hardly even sit up in bed. My back hurt so bad this morning.
Right.
So, that didn't happen that way. I was 2.5 hours delayed even starting.
But we still made it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I spent all that time with people in the community. I met someone that was a blessing for me, meaning they had 3.5 years of sobriety and a rough life too. And I just look at them and I'm thinking, God, yeah, y'all, I'm not religious. Please don't throw a label on me. But I do believe in God, and I just needed it today. I needed to have someone that.
During my appointment today, that was brought up.
What?
Your religious preference, anytime you go in. And I'm like, how do I even explain this, And so I believe in God. And I said, well, leave it at that, because there are so many other ways things can be construed on the religious side. And she looks at me and she goes, I like that answer. She goes, because you're right. There's too many labels on all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I
Well-
tell you what, Bob got home this morning and I was laying in bed and he said, so are you going to get the labels done? Because today was shipping day because I did the invoices on Tuesday and I said, do I have to, Dad? Can I just lay in bed? Yeah. I have days like that where I'm just like, no, Dad, I don't want to. Don't make me.
Hey, I'll tell you how you can spice that little. Next time, be like, all right, nah, Daddy. You're welcome, Bob.
Yeah, but you know, there's days like that. There's days I didn't get much sleep. You guys can see. Didn't get much sleep. So, if they're red like this, guys, it's not because I'm doing something I shouldn't be. It's sheer not getting enough sleep. That's all it is. So I was like, no, I want to just stay here. But I pried myself out of bed. I got a spatula and unstuck myself from the bed and went out there and banged out the labels. There's days like that, guys.
There is, you know.
But
Just know, regardless of what's going on in our background, I don't mean necessarily back here. I'm talking our figuratively background. If our houses are burning down and we're smiling, it's okay. I promise you, we're not delusional. It just, can we fix it? No? Then let's do what we can do to pivot forward. And I don't call that pretending. I don't call that to be fake. I mean, fake it to make it, yes, but as far as being fake, no. I will tell you, I would rather take what energy I have and bring it to a show and use all that energy and make someone else feel better, because in turn it makes me feel better. And if that makes me anything, then that is, I don't do it for what I get other than, hey, I know they're good. I know they're taken care of. They've got whatever. All right, now we're moving forward. Versus, you know, doing giveaways. Y'all, those aren't cheap. Those are retail. That's retail right there that I paid for. That cost me plus shipping. I'm not complaining.
But that was part of the giveaway stuff.
But that was the giveaway for our monetization.
Yeah.
Y'all, like Dawn, when she did her monetization, not monetization, but her 1,000 sub, there were so many things she wanted to do. And y'all leading up to that, because the well went down, the vehicle did it. She goes, stop. There's all this I want to do. And she felt like she was going to be lacking. And I said, dude, not everybody knows all the jazz you wanted to bring. So, you know, think outside the box, keep it simple, and just have fun. And you know what? She did that. And, you know, my monetization party wasn't what I envisioned it was, meaning I don't know. It was probably out there. But you know what? We had it. And, you know, if we can make it through COVID, if we can make it through 2025, we can darn sure tame 2026, y'all. So with that said, Dawn, close us out, girl, and we'll see you tomorrow.
alrighty, guys, we're gonna sign off, but I want everybody to know that we must be kind. Be kind to everybody you see. Be kind to your family members, your next door neighbors, your exes, even. That's kind of possible and kind of not, but try. Because you never know whether you're entertaining an angel.
Good night, y'all. And yes,
Bye, guys.
we're getting rest. Good night.